Hello everyone. I am Sandeep Chode working as assistant professor in Department of Zoology in GS Gawande College, Umarkhed, Maharashtra. Since last couple of months, we are dealing with the battle of our existence against COVID-19. So, in this presentation, I want to share messages by WHO for carers of children and for older adults, people with underlying health condition and their carers. All of you know that in January 2020, the World Health Organization declared the outbreak of new coronavirus disease. COVID-19 to be a public health emergency of international concern, WHO stated that there is a high risk of COVID-19 spreading to other countries around the world. In March 2020, WHO made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic. WHO and public health authorities around the world are acting to contain the COVID-19 outbreak. However, this time of crisis is generating stress throughout the population. The consideration presented in this presentation have been developed by WHO Department of Mental Health and Substance Use as a series of messages that can be used in communication to support mental and psychological well-being in different target groups during the outbreak. First of all, starting with the messages for the carers of children. We have kids texting us asking when we are going to be back playing, and we just really don't have the answer. We have never been in this situation where the sun is out right now and it's a beautiful day and we are all inside. The world has changed a lot in a very short amount of time, and we need to give our superintendent the ability to act in the short amount of time in the best interest of our kids. So first message, help children find positive ways to express feelings such as fear and sadness. Every child has his or her own way of expressing emotions. Sometimes engaging in a creative activity such as playing or drawing can facilitate this process. Children feel relieved if they can express and communicate their feelings in a safe and supportive environment. Second, keep children close to their parents and family is considered safe, and avoid separating children and their carers as much as possible. If a child needs to be separated from his or her primary carer, ensure that appropriate alternative care is provided and that a social worker or equivalent will regularly follow up on the child. Further, ensure that during periods of separation, regular contact with parents and carers is maintained, such as twice daily scheduled telephone or video calls or other age-appropriate communications, for example, social media. Third, maintain familiar routine in daily life as much as possible or create new routine, especially if children must stay at home. Provide engaging age-appropriate activities for children, including activities for their learning. Where possible, encourage children to continue to play and socialize with others, even if only within the family when advised to restrict social contact. Fourth, during time of stress and crisis, it is common for children to seek more attachment and be more demanding on parents. Discuss COVID-19 with your children in an honest and age-appropriate way. If your children have concern, addressing them together may ease their anxiety. Children will observe adults' behavior and emotions for cues on how to manage their own emotions during difficult times. Now, the second target group, the messages given by WHO for older adults, people with underlying health conditions and their carers. First, older adults, especially in isolation and those with cognitive decline, dementia, may become more anxious, angry, stressed, agitated, and withdrawn during the outbreak or while in quarantine. Provide practical and emotional support through informal networks and health professionals. Second, share simple facts about what is going on and give clear information about how to reduce risks of infection in older people with or without cognitive impairment can understand. Repeat the information whenever necessary. Instructions need to be communicated in a clear, concise, respectful, and patient way. It may also be helpful for information to be displayed in writing or pictures. Engage family members and other support networks in providing information and helping people to practice prevention measures. For example, hand washing, etc. Third, if you have an underlying health condition, make sure to have access to any medication that you are currently using. Activate your social contacts to provide you with assistance if needed. Fourth, be prepared and know in advance where and how to get practical help if needed, like calling a taxi, having food delivered, and requesting medical care. Make sure you have up to 2 weeks of all your regular medicines that you may require. Fifth, learn simple daily physical exercises to perform at home in quarantine or isolation so you can maintain mobility and reduce boredom. Sixth, keep regular routines and schedules as much as possible or help create new ones in a new environment, including regular exercising, cleaning, daily chores, singing, painting, or other activities. Keep in regular contact with loved ones, for example, via telephone, via mail, social media, etc. So, friend, coordinate and follow the guidelines given by our health authorities. Keep social distancing. Wash your hands more frequently. Stay at home and stay safe. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Do good care of yourself and your loved ones. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Bye and do take care of yourself.